Can I have one Johnson? I God is good and God is good all the time. My name is Erin Dale Spirits Divine. I'm here to give you the show news on tonight. Excuse me, fix my other set of eyes. Um, First we're gonna talk about let's restore Roe v. You know, the Supreme Court had took our constitution rights from the people of America when it overturned Roe v. So the women are rights to have access to productive health care, for their abortion. It was legal then, it was under Roe v., and then they overturned. So we will commit, to the American people that we're going to keep fighting, to safeguard access to health care, including the right to choose which was ripped away, you know, by extremely Supreme Court decision. So they ripped it away, They had it legal. They had it legal for so many years. So restore Roe v. The right for all women to choose a productive health care, codifies the protection that were in place under Roe v. So they had a protection placed under Roe v. until he got ripped from under him. So restore the right of every American to access abortion care regardless of where they live. So we're trying to have it legal again, for all across the nation. Because it was legal. It was under Roe v. It was legal at one time, and they ripped it apart because it decriminalized, the abortion, saying it was a crime. You know, so this when discriminates women's rights. So the Supreme Court ruled in Roe v. on January the 22nd, 1973. Just when they rip it apart, discriminating abortion nationwide, is protected the right to access abortion legal, all across the country, and free many patients to access the care that they needed. So this was illegal. This was very legal. It was protected for the women to access abortion. And in 1973, when they discriminated, they said it was a crime. So now he tried to reinstate it again, a second time, and it still didn't work. They had the first trimester of 13 weeks to terminate a pregnancy. So we want to restore Roe, ways the protection, that were in place prior to the court decision, and once again, give every American, a federal protected right to access abortion care. So 1973. 1973, when discriminates, all women's rights. That's when the rights was ripped apart in 1973. And they stated it is a crime. That's why they ripped it apart. So then Roe v. tried to reinstate it the second time, through Congress, and they still didn't work. So overturn abortion to be legal. So we want it to be overturned for abortion to be legal again. So let's update and let's restore Roe v. For to make to have it legal again. So for all women, across the nation to have access to health care protection for American across the nation, to have the equal rights, so restoring women health care, protection rights across the nation. So I request that abortion, would be lifted, to have abortion, 13 weeks, to terminate a pregnancy, put it back like it was, so across the nation. A woman church. A woman have a church, and they took that away from a woman, to have equal rights. So one, we need this to overturn back, to be legal again. Because for these separate reasons. One, due to a risk of life threat. Two, complication with the pregnancy. Three, baby may goes into a woman too. So four, a woman, may be raped and don't want to carry that rape seed. So we have these reasons here, that we need just to overturn legal again. So we need it to be lifted, to have abortion, to be to access abortion, to be legal. So that's on that. So let's talk about women leadership across the nation. So we have many women leadership across the nation. We also have a woman vice president. And right here in New Orleans we have Latoya Chantel for our mayor. So we have many women's in leadership, across it. So when y'all get ready to vote, I talked about the voting yesterday. So when you get ready to vote, don't be scared to vote for a woman. They got plenty of good leaders, women leaders out here. So women equal participation, in leadership and political and public life initial achieving the sustainable development. So you might have a woman president. We already have a woman vice president. You might have a woman governor. We already have a woman mayor of the city. So we have many women that's in power, all across the nation. A woman holds a power, position, and roles of authority, just like a man can. We have many strong, tough women out here taking these strong leadership positions. So a woman holds a power position in a role of authority. So I just talk about preparing to register to vote. So don't be scared to vote for a woman. Thinking a woman may be weak and no, you got powerful women out here taking these roles. So a woman have equal rights, to be in a position, whatever qualified, she have to be in power. So don't be scared, to vote for a woman in leadership. That might be the best choice you can make. So a woman can take on whatever she put her mind to. Whatever she put her mind to. These days we got engineer women. We got doctors and lawyers and judges. We have everything. A woman can do anything a man can do. So women for equal rights in the political world. To have the right to be in power. To achieve just like a man can. So we just talk about trying to restore Roe v. back, the policies that they had for all women across the nation. To make this here legal again. Because right here the Supreme Court had ruled in Roe v. 1973. Discriminates, abortion nationwide, discriminating nationwide. So that's why it haven't been the same ever since. So that's why we constantly keep fighting, for abortion, to have this policy legal again. So it protect the rights, to access abortion legal, all across the nation. Now see this policy here, it was for all across the nation. All across the nation. It protect the right to access abortion. Legal. So many patients to access care that they needed. So they also had the health care and everything come along with this. So I'm trying to get this policy back. To reinstate this policy back. For all women to have access to this, to have access to abortion, have access to the women health care. So we need this back. We need this back because due to the complication, without the abortion, without this policy here, and these women have complications, they have to go through the whole 9 months. The baby may be dissolved in the woman already. all these things I had named. Anything can happen, and they cannot suck that baby out. That woman will have to carry it 9 months. So I I need to reinstate this policy back. Reinstate this policy back. To access abortion legal, like it was in 1973. We need to update it. We need to restore. Whatever it takes, restore it, reinstate it. It needs to be reinstated again. So these women can have access, and they had it for 13 weeks. We can terminate baby. And it might sound like it's a crime, you know, but it's not. I mean, it's the reason why we need to keep this policy. We need to update, this policy due to complication. So not don't look at the abortion as being a crime. Look at it when we had, when you keep on canceling and banning the abortion, and these women have this complication. They cannot proceed the abortion. The dead baby, the resolved baby had to stay in there. Whatever complication they had, they cannot pull it out. That woman had to go 9 months. So that's the reason we are fighting for this abortion. We ain't looking at killing a baby, because you not killing a baby when a baby may already be dead inside of you, or you having complication. It will have to come out. So that's the reason we're trying to have access to the abortion for complication. Not necessary to kill a child, but in complication, it would need to come out. So I have request that abortion be lifted. You know, be lifted. So that all women across the nation can have access. To this health care. So we have the health care come along with this. So we also talk about women leadership. Because we got voting. You're gonna be voting next year. So this is all preparation to get to know these people, what they say they're gonna do. I talked about that yesterday. So we have many women that's already in position. We got Latoya Cantrell. A mayor. That's a big old position that she have, and she done good, and she reinstating election again for 2024. So we also have a woman vice president. So we have many women that's coming forward taking these big roles in position. So when you have to vote next year, don't be scared to vote for a woman. You have many women already in position doing the work. And they're willing to do it again. We got Camille, the vice president, voting again for next year. It said running again for next year. You got Contrell running again for next year. You got this powerful woman that's in position. You're ready to run again another 4 years. So we have to look at, we ain't gonna just look at a woman. We're gonna look at a woman in power. Just like a man in power, a woman can do the same thing also. Because you got women engineers, you got women fire department, we got doctors, lawyers, judges. We have women is in position, in all kind of position. So we talk about restoring Roe Wade. He had a policy under him that was ripped apart in 1973. We talk about women leadership. Get ready to be voting for next year. Don't exclude women. Don't be scared. This is the time to follow them and see what they're saying, or what they're gonna be doing. So we're not gonna exclude women. We have many women. Is performing these authorities, this power that's in position. They're doing it. So we're not gonna X them out. We gonna see what they can do. Follow them now. That's why I talked about yesterday. Follow these people now, hearing of what they're gonna do. So you can be ready next year. Who you gonna vote for. So that's all I have for you tonight. Y'all have a blessed, safe night, and I see y'all on the next video.